why arrogance makes you successful? It's pretty simple, because arrogance makes you move when you failed. If you have no confidence in your works, then you would just accept the result. If you failed something, you would just accept that, oh, I had no ability, so it's so natural to fail. But if you have an arrogance and, like, you would say overconfidence, then you cannot accept the result and would say, like, I should try again and again until I can achieve that goal. Because that's natural thing for you. That's what I done for English learning. So even though I had no base at all, like just 5 years ago, but I thought that I'm pretty smart at that time. So I thought that I can achieve that one, even like on the advanced level, even in Korea. So I've just tried hard to practice not only listening and reading, but also speaking and writing. And I wanted to be just fluent in English as much as like native speakers are. Yes. So I thought like it would take just few years, but it wasn't true. I realized that it's almost impossible to achieve in my life. But I still believe and think that, like, among Koreans, I can get the highest level of English. And there's no like actual evidence or just clue supporting that. But I just believe that from my experience and from my, from my soul, I feel that I can just achieve that, super high standard. And that makes me actually move forward whenever I feel the language barrier with other, between me and other, native speakers. But I never give up, because I think, because of my overconfidence, I feel like I can achieve someday, maybe in short period. So that's why I just keep working on it, and also recording my English in front of the camera, because some people just, judge on my pronunciation and accent or English expressions. But maybe I'm too confident to just listen to their feedback. So I just show off my English here and just argue that my English is the top level. And among Koreans, I've never seen any other person who can speak English like this. Of course, it's not true, but I want to argue that that's kind of my claim, and also kind of my just belief. And I know, like, there was one comment like, hello Jenny's like pronunciation accent was much better, and I totally know, and also I totally agree with that. And also I think that the person who left the comment was not really good at English, because like I think the real value of Hello Jenny's English is not about pronunciation and accent, but more about the natural expressions, like native like expressions. And she says she also feel the cultural gap between her and like Native American or like British people, because of the cultural background supporting the language, she can more freely communicate with Koreans who can speak English rather than just real, native English speakers. But still, like, when you see her expressions, you can feel the difference between just mine and hers. Because the way she learned English is this American drama shadowing. Especially, I've heard like she learned from Desperate Wives, which is like pretty popular American TV shows. And the way I learned English speaking was pretty different. I usually, watch and listen to English podcasts on YouTube and or any other documentary films. And also I took lectures in Korea. And yeah, she also majored English literature, and so maybe kind of similar but still different. And I respect that kind of natural expressions. And I have no like background like that, because usually I try to just make my sentences in English from Korean, and also maybe sometimes I think in Korean and try to ask ChatGPT to translate it in English just naturally. In that way, I cannot, usually to easily acquire the mindset and the thought process of like native speakers. So it would be pretty different, and I think because of that kind of factors that I can notice, I can have more confidence, because in my field, in my way, I can achieve my own goals. It means like still I don't have to lose my confidence in learning English and also doing any other things about studies. So because of that, clueless confidence, I'm also trying to learn like mathematics like this here, and also science, physics, which is super hard topic, but I don't think I can achieve it like as just like professional level. But still, I feel like I can understand the logic and the creams of the crops. So yes. Yeah, so I think I hope that you also have kind of sometimes overconfidence, even though like in Korea, the virtue of student seems like humbleness, and many people, emphasizes the importance of like humbleness. But I would say like if you want to move forward and if you just keep working, I think when it comes to consistency, confidence makes you more, work, makes you more successful. Yes, so the consistency will allow you to experience more things, obviously, and also that kind of long-term efforts make your not only language ability but also any other ability more, more useful, should I say? I have lacking vocabulary, so I feel like I should memorize and learn more vocabularies. But still, because I am trying to just speak in English like this in front of a camera so that I can get motivation to, study more. Because unless I try like this, I can never feel like this kind of feelings. And it's pretty hard to just do the self-motivation without any experience. But if you get motivation from your own experience, even though it's so shameful, and I think it's the most efficient and effective way to get a self-motivation. And so because like I cannot take this, because the image of myself is like someone who's so smart and so diligent and so good at English, but the reality doesn't match my imagination, my image of myself. So I try to make it just exactly the same. So I'm likely to work more for my ability improving my ability. So that's what it is. So yeah, that's the kind of secret of my consistency, because I'm pretty arrogant person. So yeah, because of my overconfidence, I cannot stop just working on it and trying to improve my skills more, even though, as you can see, my English is not really perfect. And also I'm making a lot of grammar mistakes. And also I don't study at all nowadays because of that. I have just few vocabulary, just like child run. Is it real? Children. So I feel like I study more, read more, write more. yeah, work harder. Yes. So I've started from the like overconfidence, breaking my overconfidence. I ending up just confessing my anxiety. So it's about my English journey just currently going on. And thank you for listening to my Kind of English podcast, Egg Rise English Daily Journal. And I hope you just to subscribe my channel and keep staying tuned. And yes, see you in the next video. I hope that I can make more English videos. Bye.